Dave, recently when you were talking about just the offense, you described them as showing a lot of fight, especially late in the games. What were you seeing just there in that seventh inning and how they built at bats and retook the lead?
Yeah, the seventh I thought was obviously our best inning. Will leads off with a walk, and then Kim gets a walk, and then right there, Miggy gets behind 0-2 and then gets hit by a slider. So, fortunately, we were kind of victims of good fortune. I think that allowing ourselves to, build that inning, and then we started getting some hits, which was great. It was good to see us show some life tonight early on. Obviously, we had some chances and really couldn't cash in situationally, but the pitching held strong. Emmett getting hit on the tricep, but still going 6 innings was huge. And then the bullpen did what they do.
You clearly fought to stay in, just as you guys were checking on him. What does that just say for a young pitcher like him, and then also how he was able to be efficient on the back end of that?
He was really efficient, and he's just a good competitor. Pitchers, our guys right now are starting once every 6 days, and so this was his day, and he wasn't about to come out of that game. And so I gave him every opportunity. Thomas gave him every opportunity, but he wanted to stay in, and we took him at his word. And I thought tonight, I think he realized that he probably didn't have a whole lot of bullets, and so he was on the attack. And I thought Will did a great job with them and sequenced well, and got through 6 innings pretty seamlessly.
Did you see something specifically that prompted the second visit out there with Emmett, or was that just...
I just saw him shaking his arm, after a couple throws, missing wide right, and then kind of shaking the arm. So I just wanted to make sure that we didn't put him in harm's way.
How did Kike look tonight?
He looked good. I felt tonight was good to have him in the game, get him a start. I thought he was going to bring some energy. Just obviously haven't played for a while, so he did bring that. Got a big hit for us. Got another infield hit, so it was good to have him back. Yeah.
Is Rojas okay?
He is okay. He took it off kind of the shin area, but he'll be fine. Just a contusion, but he'll be in there tomorrow.
Some months he's kind of messing around the glove. How close was he to entering the game?
Yeah, we were, because I just didn't know how bad Miggy was, so I wanted to kind of check in on Max to see if he could potentially go out there and stand at third base, and so he was up for it, but fortunately we didn't have to use that.
What do you think the toughest thing a player faces like Kike tonight after a very long layoff? What's the most worrisome thing you can
I wouldn't say worrisome. I think probably the thing is that you're so excited to get back and trying to do too much. So I think that's probably the thing that there's a lot of emotion, adrenaline, anticipation, and so that's probably the thing you got to guard against, but he did a good job of managing those emotions.
The bullpen's scoreless streak came to an end, obviously, but what did you see from them over that stretch, and how do you look to them to build on that going forward?
Well, we got another 2 innings under our belt after that homer, but yeah, Kyle's been great for us, and Tovar hit a changeup, and it was good to see Kyle come back and get that next hitter. That was good to see, but all good things are meant to come to an end, and we'll start another one.
Mookie Betts had that sac fly at that beginning there, but what are you kind of seeing overall from his at-bats right now?
I think he's kind of obviously he's not confident in his swing, his mechanics. I think a little bit he might be taking that into the batter's box. Right now I think it's the mechanics is one thing, but I think a little bit overthinking, trying too hard, anxious. But it was good to see. I think in that last at bat, you can just see him just fighting, and he was going to will himself to drive that run in, and that was good to see.
Maybe where a lot of the guys were a few weeks ago when the offense wasn't going so great.
Yeah, I think that's exactly where he's at right now.
Dave, this could have been a letdown game coming off a really good road trip. What does it say about the team to keep kind of fighting, especially late?
Yeah, it looked like that through 6 innings. I thought we did a good job of getting the leadoff guy on base, getting him to second base, some leadoff doubles and things like that. But, we couldn't finish the innings off. So it was a little bit of a letdown. I just don't think our focus was where it needed to be early. But, what we've done all year is 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, we start kind of bearing down a little bit more.
Shohei beat double play on the second seventh
Seventh.
inning, yeah. And after that, he tagged it at the sac fly to the second. How do you think about those hustles?
It was great. It was a big hustle play. Lefty Bernardino comes in and hits the ball hard, and then for him to hustle down to first base and beat the double play was huge, and it just sets up that inning, because if he doesn't, then we certainly don't take the lead, and that was a big hustle play by Shohei right there.